ladies and gentlemen, this is SmashMyFoot. I'm doing a Let's Play of Viewtiful Joe. One of my favorite games from my high school days. I played through and beat this game once about, I want to say almost a decade and a half ago. And then once again about half a decade ago. And I figure it's been about 5 years. Might as well give this game another shot and enjoy it, and I'm going to share it with you. Let's go ahead and start a new game. Excuse me. And I'm going to pick adults mode. That's basically normal. Kids is easy mode. Alright. Now, as you might know with this game, Viewtiful Joe, it was part of Capcom's, what they called back in the day on the GameCube, the Capcom 5. This was one of 5 games that were going to be exclusive to GameCube. Only a couple of those actually came out. Resident Evil 4, this game, as well as PNO3. All ended up releasing for the GameCube. And actually this game, Viewtiful Joe, as well as Resident Evil 4, ended up coming on PlayStation 2. Resident Evil 4 actually came out for quite a few more systems. It's on just about anything out there nowadays, including PC, Xbox One, and PS4 recently got a port, I believe. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and skip these cinematics, because we want to get straight to the gameplay. Alright, Chapter 1, Joe the Hero. So basically, Joe gets thrust into the movie world in order to rescue his girlfriend, Sylvia. I love the film grain effects on these. Both on the top and on the bottom of the screen, as well as just the graininess in general on the screen itself. It's a really nice filter. It adds to the actual presentation of the game itself.
Am I inside the movie?
Correct, my young
We'll just skip ahead. Here, Captain Blue essentially tells Joe that he's in the movie world. We're going to get going with the tutorial on how to do combat. So this game involves a lot of dodging in order to get your combat in. You can dodge both low as well as high, as we see right here. It's a 2D brawler with some platforming sections. So, you know, got normal punches and kicks, crouching kicks, launchers for air combos. Usually it tends to work a lot better if you alternate punch and kick as opposed to just hitting punch. You can see like some of the animations don't quite combo if you're not actually hitting someone. So you can see right here if I'm punching nothing, that's it. It's really interesting because you can hold up or down to actually dodge instead of having a dedicated dodge button. Anywho, let's go back to the action here. So right now we're getting these coins that are called Viewtifuls. You use that to level up your character, essentially. There's no strict levels, but you use those to buy new abilities and such.
Just go for it.
Usually within these individual little rooms, you'll have a section where you'll be graded at the end. You'll start off with Sylvia yelling, "Just go for it." Let's do some simple air combos. Awesome. These little film canisters have a special purpose. You'll find out what those are later. These contain cheeseburgers, which get your life up. I didn't get hit, so I'm not going to bother with it. We need to get as many Viewtifuls as we can. Those little coins. Gotta get that sweet moolah so we can get Joe up to speed later on in the game. I'll explain what some of these other pickups are later when they become relevant to the game. Right, now something that you might have heard about Viewtiful Joe is it's a hard game. This is no lie. Like I said, I beat this game a couple times before. I generally know what I'm doing, so I'm doing pretty good right now. It's not going to be so easy later on. Alright.
My young Joe, it looks like you haven't awakened to your true powers as a hero.
Alright.
I'll show you how to be a real
I like this for
hero.
Captain Blue's awesome theme song.
Come and
Alright.
Just go for it.
So Captain Blue, you notice I'm avoiding attacking him when he has that aura. It's going to make my attacks ineffective, so you gotta worry about it. Oh dang! I'm actually invincible during this part, huh? I should have been missing at least 2 hearts. Nice. Still docked my score, though.
Has awakened. Now the V-Watch is responding to your hero instincts deep down inside. When the V-Watch starts
This is just too
glow,
good to stop.
Say
I
the
can't
word.
skip this.
Henshin.
Henshin and go-go!
Ah, love that. Joe has to put his own spin on it, of course. You get the super awesome Sailor Sentai-esque costume with the cape. Oh boy, the cape.
You want some? We'll come and get it.
Alright, now this is where the real meat and potatoes of Viewtiful Joe comes in. Here we got the special powers. The first one is slow-mo. So with this you can slow enemies down and punch them past that barrier. And after you slow them down, if you hit them and they got that crosshair, they go flying. Oh, it's great. This is one of my favorite parts of the game. Just send everything flying. Now these little bottles that you see pop out of enemies will fill up your VFX gauge. Because as you notice, using the VFX powers actually drain that gauge up top. Kicks tend to send enemies flying diagonally. Punches will either launch them in a straight line, up, or to the side. I'll demonstrate to the side right here. Ah. Oh, and that's the problem. It's a little too slow in the uptake there. When you drain your VFX meter, you go back to regular Joe. And the problem with being regular Joe is you don't have your VFX powers. You do get that really cool grainy effect on the film, but you take double damage. And that means we don't want to be regular Joe at all if we can help it. Now you notice, I'm not really pursuing these guys to do any major combos. And that's because after you send them flying, really it's just a waste of meter. Yeah, you get a higher combo multiplier as long as you keep your meter going with slow, when you're in slow mode. But you're not going to deal with that for now. So if you notice, I can break him out of his spin here and just start hitting him, but he's going to do a tech roll and get invincibility frames, so you can't pursue Joker like that. You can also slow down time, make it easier to dodge. And there we go. Yeah, it's interesting, the Joker enemy actually shares the same theme song as Captain Blue. Alright, now we're gonna cheat at slots. The goal is to match 3 symbols up at the same, or to be the same symbol, that way you can get the key. That's what the V is for. But I want that cash. So let's get the cash. Aw, man. I gotta wait for the meter to come back to that first segment. The nice thing about not getting damaged is I don't need to waste time getting the hamburger. So I can just get that. Hopefully I can still salvage that time bonus by getting all the Vs. We'll see. There's a specific power-up I want to get as soon as possible, and I need to stockpile as many Viewtifuls as possible in order to get it. This one's actually going to be really nice. It's called a VFX Turbocharger or Supercharger, one of the two. It's been a while. But it lets your ah, dang it. It lets your VFX meter regenerate about twice as fast, I want to say. So basically, as soon as part of the reason for that is as soon as you lose your VFX meter, by the time Joe gets his invincibility frames wear off from one specific ability called Viewtiful Forever. That way you can get back to super mode as soon as possible. Ah! My time stunk. But we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Ow. Yeah, it's a 2.5D game. Little known fact, you can actually bust up these knights in armor here and get cheeseburgers from them. So if you decide to pick up this game and you're having a little bit of trouble with this section with these enemies, bust up. Ow. You can bust up those suits of armor in order to get your health back. So I think I'll do that in a second here. Just wail on these guys for a second. There we go. Yummy. Now soon we're going to get some other VFX powers that'll help shake things up as well, but slow is the one you're going to use the most. If you notice, I beat up this guy enough to actually get the weakness crosshair hovering over him a little early. instead of having to dodge to get it. So, you know, if you're surrounded, you don't have the time to dodge and get the trigger up. Ow. I get the little crosshair up. There's still hope for you. Just wail on him in slow-mo. You'll get it eventually. Alright, we're back into this library. This enemy... The cool thing is this enemy will shoot bullets at you. You can punch the bullets back at them. Oh, yeah. So if you notice, I can extend my combo as long as I keep punching those little blue vials out of these guys. Vials, gourds, whatever they're called. They will temporarily extend your VFX meter, and if you pick them up when you already have full meter, you'll actually overfill it, which is nice. Now normally, hitting this thing, I put over on the switch, bada bing, we're good to go. Now if I used slow, you'd actually get a little bit more of a wind-up, a little more impact on your hits, so I could have hit it farther if I was using slow. Also, one thing I didn't mention is when you're transformed into Viewtiful Joe, you get a double jump. You lose that when you're regular Joe, so that means you want to stay in beautiful mode as much as possible. You are bad. The cool thing about slow as well is you can slow down these guys' propellers so they can't fly. There's actually a few environmental puzzles that we'll see here in a second that involve this mechanic. So if you notice in this little section, I got the just go for it thing. And it says a question mark instead of an enemy counter. That means I need to find the solution to the puzzle. No, I'll come up here in a second. So if you notice this little propeller platform in the upper right hand corner of the screen, you just use VFX slow, you slow it down, and it drops to the ground. When you're playing the game, it gives you a couple hints. You can notice the VFX watch actually started glowing. So with that out of the way, I can come back over here and get on top of this chandelier. It'll take me right back up to where I want to be. Remember, get these canisters. Every 50 canisters you get gets you another section of your VFX gauge. This resets at the end of every stage. Oh no. I guess I gotta do it again now. Anyways, this resets at the end of every stage, but the good news is it'll help you build up for that boss battle at the end of this stage. Gives you more ability to use your VFX abilities without having to wait for that cooldown period. Once again, these little boxes contain cheeseburgers. They don't really do anything for you if you have full health, so that's why I'm ignoring them. I feel like that's a famous painting of someone. Ah, wish I knew more about art. Alright, so now I need to beat up someone and take the key. Oh yeah, you can destroy the chandeliers too. That's a nice touch. I wonder... Yeah, you can just drop it on them. These ballerinas don't really give any cues on whether they're going to go high or low. But that's what the skulls are for. In higher difficulties, I believe in the hardest difficulty, they get rid of the little skull icons, so you have to be able to read your enemies. And then, as well as what you probably noticed, as soon as you get someone weak with that little crosshair in slow mode, and you hit them, every other enemy also gets it. So that way you can just wreak havoc on all of your enemies at once that way. Since I didn't beat this guy, I didn't get as many V points as I could have. I'll rectify that now. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna get to the first mini-boss of the game here in a second. It's one that's pretty memorable. I'll probably not do super good on this guy since it's my first time playing it forever. We'll see. Yeah, you get to fight an attack helicopter. This is the first mini-boss of the game. And you heard me right, I said mini-boss. So you see right there I did an auto-dodge. Auto-dodge means if you're in slow mode when someone hits you, you'll just automatically dodge them. sure there's some VFX canisters. Here they are. Let's get some more meter here before we finish this boss fight. Alright, now I need to run. If that guy hits me, I'm gonna have a bad time when I'm out of beautiful mode. Alright, the cool thing about these missiles is you can actually hit them to make them go back at the boss. And if they hit the boss while you're in slow mode, they'll do more damage. Of course, that also targets regular enemies. Another nice touch about this game is if you notice, as you beat up these robotic enemies, they lose their armor plating. You don't have to be in slow mode to actually hit the missiles, it just makes it easier. Oh good, there's that cheeseburger from earlier. Notice how much damage that missile does in slow mode, like, wow. Ooh, dang. Didn't quite make it out without getting hit there. And like I said, it hurts when you get hit out of beautiful mode. Oh man, that rocked me. Alright. Break time. Well, this is where I'll show you some of the power-ups that we're going to get later in the game. Don't waste your money when you're playing this game. Don't waste it on cheeseburger. Just don't. Some of these extra moves will come in really handy later on. The one I want to get is this, the VFX Turbocharger. Now, if you can get through... I believe if you go through the whole first chapter of the game without buying anything, I've pulled it to where I've been able to get this by the end of the level, and it's really nice. The other nice thing is here is when you buy these life extensions, which are different from the cheeseburgers, this will actually give me a 6th health point up here at the top. It'll refill your health when you buy it, so kind of save these when you're in a real pinch. I think I'll be able to make it out okay. The Take 2 makes it so you respawn immediately with your life refilled and stuff, so I might need to use that later in the game with some of the harder bosses. I think I'll be okay for now. A lot of these other moves I'll explain later when I get them. Let's just go ahead and exit the store. Save the game. So let's create a brand new, fresh save here. All right. Well, that's it for the first video of my Let's Play here for Viewtiful Joe. We covered Joe the Hero, the first part of that first section. Tune in next time, and I'll be going through part 2 of Joe the Hero as we explore the rest of this mysterious castle here in Movieland. Yeah, that said, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.